The Pacific Northwest First District Championships has ended, and we were fortunate enough to participate in this massive event. Let's see how the team's feeling by asking, what moments stood out to you in this competition?
I think the moments that stood out most to me were the times when we as a drive team really coalesced and were able to work together in sync with one another. There were a lot of times when we would need to score one last piece, or we need to get on the charge station at the last second. And because we were so in tune with each other and worked together for so long and had, played 5 matches already that day, we were able to communicate and be really coordinated in how we got stuff done. And I think that was really valuable because it showed how much of an impact we can have when, we're working together and we're kind of in tune with each other.
One thing that was a lot of fun was making friends with TBD. They are a really high-powered team, and I really looked up to them last year. And it was a ton of fun to be able to make friends with them. We played 2 different types of Uno with them last night, and that was pretty cool. And it was just the energy, and also the energy at District. It's just so much more intense than the other ones. It's much more tiring, but it's also much more fun and much more rewarding because these are world-class teams. It's incredible to have the honor of playing with and against them. And meeting a bunch of new teams. We have never met a lot of the teams who are here, and that was pretty cool.
I think the moment that we realized we were actually going to get to go to Houston, it had been a really great weekend, but we had a really hard day and had done such a great job with this robot and this team that we still qualified to get to go on to the next level. I was just incredibly proud of the team and what they've done and how they've stuck together and how they've become a family.
Honestly, the moment that stood out to me most in this competition was probably our qual match with, I think it was 64-43. It was just aimbot. It was working great until it wasn't, and that's just the most absolute FRC thing I have ever heard. Like, everything's going great, and then something breaks on your robot or someone else's, you lose the match, stuff happens. It's just, everyone maintained their gracious professionalism and stayed so wonderful throughout that match, just when things were just going south one by one. And it was really incredible to see.
I would say the moment that stood out to me the most was during one of the final dance sessions, I would say. I think that due to the amount of people in the stands and the level of hype of other teams, we were able to get, I think, roughly half the team dancing, which is very inspiring for our spirit, which has been lacking in the past.
During one of our first matches in the 3rd day, I wasn't feeling the best, and 2412, they made a nice pun to me, and that really cheered me up.
The moment that stood out to me was when I would walk from the pits or the quiet room to the stands, and I'd just be hit by this wave of energy and noise of people cheering for the teams.
I think the moment that most stood out to me was when after the mascot parade, the Eagle took us to the little room and gave us mascotting 101, and he asked, which one of you guys are being forced to do this? And nobody raised their hand. And then he asked, which one of you guys wanted to do this? And everybody just raised their hand and went wild. And it was just a really good moment of spirit and the fact that robotics is kind of a passion,
What would you tell future teams headed to championships?
I think enjoy it. I don't think I did enough this year. I had my eyes set on going to Worlds, and I think I should have taken a step back and enjoyed those qualification matches more.
I would tell them what I tell them now, actually. You go out and you do your best and you play as hard as you can and you give it everything you have every single time. And that's the best that you can do no matter what it is that you're doing. And robotics is no different. It's just a lot more noisy.
That's a good one. I'd say probably my best advice to future teams going to championships is don't stress about it. It's just another competition. Like, there's more teams, sure. You go to Worlds or not, sure. But honestly, if you stress about it, you're gonna do worse. So if you treat it as, we're just gonna do the same thing we've been doing, you'll do fine. You'll do the same thing you've been doing. And I'm assuming that's gonna be good because optimism. It's just, if you treat it as some high stress thing, you're gonna do worse. You're gonna be more stressed. This is high school. We don't need to be stressed. We can treat this as fun because that's what it's meant to be. And honestly, the best advice, so to circle back, the best advice I would give is just to have fun. Treat this like an opportunity to learn and to do cool stuff, because that's what this is. It's learning and doing cool stuff. And that's the beauty of it.
Have fun and enjoy it, because the learning and the memories and the experience matter so much more than the objective scores of your robot, because the joy and the recovering from the disappointment and the teamwork and just the memories and experiences of this amazing thing that we get to enjoy is so incredible. And it is an honor for me to be able to have been a part of this program and to have been able to experience all of this. It's pretty amazing.
We are Team Cert 2521 from Eugene, Oregon. See you in Houston.
And 3, 2, 1. Experience. For me.
Wait, hold on, the mic died.
See, that's what you get.